Today is the start of a brand new season, which means we're going to have to climb right back up that ladder, and we're going to be racing through it with our absolute favorite deck of all time, and that's going to be some MARDU control. Cue the intro, let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we have a MARDU control list, my absolute favorite things in the world. We've got control and we've got MARDU. It honestly doesn't get any better than this. And with the new rank reset, we're gonna have to go ahead and climb back up that ladder out of gold into platinum. So I thought there's no better way to do it than having fun with my absolute favorite color scheme. So today's all about MARDU. But before we jump into it and start talking about the deck tech a little bit and then getting into the gameplay footage, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I just ask if you take a moment to do so. It helps support the channel. It's a free way for you to do so. And if you hit that little bell next to the subscribe button, you're also gonna get notified anytime we post a video, which is 3 times a week. And one last thing before we go is we have memberships now live on the channel. It's a great way to also help support the channel monetarily. It's $4.99. You're gonna get bonus videos. We got pack openings that come once in a while, as well as some of our live YouTube streams that we do every single Wednesday. The VODs go straight into members only. If you guys are interested in watching those are on there as well. All right, let's jump right into it. So like I said, this is all about MARDU control. One of the cards I wanted to play, Outlaws Merriment. Anytime I can get an excuse to play this jank card, I absolutely want to do it. And what's funny is today the Outlaws Merriment kind of carried the deck a little bit. It won us a lot of games. It overruns boards pretty quickly, and it's a solid little enchantment that's hard to deal with because not a whole lot of people are teching their decks with things that destroy enchantments. So Outlaws Merriment, if you can get it to resolve, can be a pretty serious problem for your opponent to deal with. So how do we get that to resolve and stay on the battlefield? Well, we're going to do it through a means of controlling the board as long and as best as we can. So we've got a lot of control cards in this deck. Before we jump into all those control cards, another top end play we have here is Tibalt Cosmic Imposter. This is another one of our win cons on top of the Merriment. This is more of the solid win con. Tibalt is a very powerful planeswalker that helps win us the game. We're going to be able to play cards off the top of our opponent's deck as well as our own. We can exile target artifacts or creatures, which is awesome if we need that and we're behind, but it also has the ultimate ability of -8, exiling all cards from graveyards, being able to play all of those cards, and adding some mana to your pool as well. So Tibalt is a fantastic card. It also has the Valki side, which we could steal a creature from their hand as well as see their hand, which is also a really great thing. And Valki can become a copy of that target creature down the road. So Valki's also a really good card for aggro matchups, which is cool. So again, how do we get there? So here are some of the cards that we have in the deck that control the matchup here. So we have 2 Giant Killers. I always try to splash in Giant Killer whenever I can. Giant Killer is one of those cards that doesn't seem like on the surface like you need to have it, but there's always a time and there's always a place in almost every game where it's relevant. That adventure side of chop down, destroy target creature, power 4 or greater is so good, as well as the 1-drop against aggro matchups. If you have this in your opening hand and you know you're against mono red or mono white, dropping it in for a 1/2 is very, very strong because it's very tough for a 1-drop. Also, it can tap down target creatures in the future that are going to be coming in hasty and big threats. So Giant Killer, a must-have, I think, a 2 of, as well as Cling to Dust, another 2 of. Cling to Dust is something I'm getting back to a little bit more because I seem to be running into rogues a lot more lately. I think rogues kind of died out for a little bit with the KALDHEIM hype, but now that it's died out and people are finding out that rogues are still really good, we're seeing a lot more of those. So we went ahead threw in a couple Cling to Dust to combat those rogues. We also have 3 Glass Caskets, another really great tool for us to use against aggro matchups. Rogues as well. We want to be able to exile things, mono white especially, because those things have indestructibility all over the place. So Glass Casket's a fantastic card, as well as that we're a Yorion deck, which means we can bounce the Glass Casket if we hit tokens and we have an empty casket. We can bounce it for double value, which is awesome. Then we have 4 Mazemind Tomes for card draw, mana fixing, things like that. Mazemind Tome is just a great tool for any sort of control matchup. And then also we have Skyclave Apparition to hit a load and a variety of different things. Apparition is one of my absolute favorite white cards of all time. It just does so many great things for us. And if it gets killed before the trigger goes off on the stack, which happens a lot. People Bonecrusher Giant this thing before I'm able to choose my target, and they don't actually get back their apparition or illusion tokens, which is amazing. But apparition is just so good. I can go on all day about this card, but I'm sure you know what it does. We also have 4 Elspeth's Nightmare because we are a Yorion deck. We can blink these types of things. Elspeth's Nightmare is really good. We can hit target creature, which is great, but hitting the hand, honestly, in this day and age, seems to be the best part about this card. We hit their hand, we're able to choose a card from it and exile, or I'm sorry, discard that card, and then we could go ahead and bounce it again. And that third and final saga is absolutely relevant against Rakdos, which is kind of making a comeback right now. So against Rakdos, this is a very good card as well. And then here's a card we haven't seen in a while, Murderous Rider. I'm a big fan of Murderous Rider. It hits planeswalkers as well as creatures, and it only costs 3. It does, you know, have a backside of hitting us for 2, but that's totally worth it in a lot of different cases. But very, very useful card. Has a lot of utility, that, you know, versatility, and hits a lot of different things. So I think it's important to try to maybe get back to Murderous Rider as well. Really enjoyed the card. And also it's a creature, which we're going to get into in a minute. We want to have a handful of creatures in this deck for a specific reason. But then we also have Bonecrusher Giant. We have 4 of them. So Bonecrusher Giant, I'm not even going to talk about it. You guys know. It's red. It's the best red card. That's pretty much all you need to know. And then we have 4 Extinction Events to help us get there if we go up against a really aggressive matchup. 4 Skalds. Now this is where we want to have all those creatures I just spoke about, because Skalds right here has a 2 and 3 saga where we're putting 1/1 counters on target creatures. So if we're controlling the matchup and we have creatures on the board, we can put +1/1 counters on it, which is great. And we have a lot of ways to generate creatures onto this board and get the value out of the Skalds, you know, at full effect, which is nice. I think this is kind of honestly where the Skalds belongs in this MARDU list. It feels really good. It played really well with this deck, so really enjoying that. And it can also be bounced with Yorion. And then we also have Elspeth's Nightmare, or I'm sorry, Elspeth Conquers Death. 3 of. This also gets us back creatures, planeswalkers, things like that, and helps us control the board. But yeah, we were hoping to keep that quick. I kind of ranted a little bit, but these Yorion decks with 80 cards, hard to get through. I apologize, but here are the lands on the side here. I won't go over those. They're about as basic as it gets. 4 Fabled Passages and all of the multicolored you can get. If you guys want a complete list of this, it's in the description. If you just want to highlight, copy this list down in the description below, you can import this into Magic the Gathering Arena, and you've got the deck list there, and you're good to go. So that's going to be it for the deck tech and breakdown. We're going to get into the gameplay footage now. I hope you guys got some value out of this, and enjoy the gameplay footage. It's a fun one, and we'll meet you back here with some just final wrap-up thoughts. Peace. All right, here we go. We've got a new season, kicking it off in gold this season. We weren't able to make it to Mythic this time around. Typically we do, so it's a little disappointed, but I like gold because every win we get, we actually get to tick up 2 slots, which is nice. So hopefully we can get to platinum pretty quick here. This is not an ideal situation. I think I'm gonna go ahead and mulligan this hand. That's actually a lot better. We're up against Yorion, so Valki wasn't gonna be very good there, I don't think. And so I think this is a much stronger hand. We could probably throw away Extinction Event. I'm guessing we're up against an opponent that's gonna be controlling the board, so being that they're Yorion. So Extinction Event's probably not gonna be great. All right, might be Sultai, we'll see. We shall see. We have a Merriment, which is awesome because a lot of people aren't going to be expecting it, which is really great. Let's throw that down for white. Hopefully we can find another white source. That way we can throw this down for a black source, but you never know. So it does look like Sultai so far. Would like to get into their hand to steal their ultimatum. So I'm guessing I'll throw this down on black and hope we top deck another white so we can get our other plays in. All right, it's a Murderous Rider. Good card, just not what I wanted to see right here, right now. Omen of the Sea coming down again, I'm sure. Or a negate, okay. Negate, wow. Unfortunately, that's really good. That's really bad for us. All right, I guess we have no choice here but to cling to dust and hope we get our land drop going. That's not it. Oh boy, we are already hurting for some lands. Thank goodness for Magic the Gathering Shuffler. All right, we're behind big time. All right, there we go. Skyclave Apparition or Outlaws Merriment here. I don't know. They did just show that they had a negate, so Outlaws Merriment may not resolve. And the Apparition does take away their card draw. Let's go ahead and do Apparition. I think that's a better play. Because if we can get rid of their Omen of the Sea here, they can't blink it in with a Yorion again and getting more card draw. We force them to sacrifice it, which is great for us. They don't get a creature back when the Apparition dies, so that's a W on our end. They need one more land here in order to make this happen. So we're probably going to get the ultimatum on us here pretty soon. By pretty soon, I mean next play. Let's go red, I suppose, and a Merriment. And it resolves. Wow, okay. I honestly didn't expect that to resolve. Merriment is down, though. It's going to be a continuous problem they're going to have to deal with. But our biggest problem that we're going to have to deal with now is this ultimatum coming in. All right, no ultimatum. Very nice. We might have dodged a bullet here. We may have dodged a bullet. We're going to go ahead and take the binding here. That way they can't ramp, for one. And for two, they can't blink it in and destroy another target of ours, which they definitely would have with the Mazemind Tome. We honestly might have dodged a bullet here. I don't think they have it. They have one card that we don't know of. So if they have it, they're slow rolling us, then that's good for them. But Mythos of Nethroi. Okay. We do actually need another black source, so I guess we can keep this on top. Alright, so it's us against their Yorion. A Yorion with no value yet. They are... Why would they cycle that? That's weird. That seems like it should have been cycled, but that's fine. Let's get 2 points of damage in here. We might just buy our own Yorion here, I think. And we could play Murderous Rider, but I do need to kill, I think, on it. I think I need that murder side of the card where we can kill the Yorion here. Because the Yorion's a good blocker to our Apparition. It also blinks that, which is annoying. So we will have an empty casket at least to take the 4/4 here. Empty casket to take the 4/4, but the problem with having an empty casket, actually, there's really no problem, is there? Yeah, no problem to an empty casket. I don't know what I was thinking there. I was thinking they could blink their binding and destroy this, but they actually don't even get back the tokens, so it's not that big a deal. I'm gonna go ahead and force some action here out of them with the Bonecrusher Giant. Threaten some damage on the board here. See if we can get them to blink the binding here to kill the Bonecrusher Giant. Alright, we do. Bait them into it finally. We get the Yorion out of their hand. So we can actually Murderous Rider it finally. Yep, we knew that was coming. Ooh, ECD. Actually, I don't mind if I do. What do we have in the graveyard? We have a couple of tools, right? A couple apparitions, a Bonecrusher. Sure. It's not a bad ECD. Plus, I can blink it. Feels pretty good to me. And they have a Triome. Okay, they're going to cycle that. They are really struggling here to find themselves that ultimatum, but they are thinning their deck out pretty big. You know, it's really thin at this point, so them top decking it is very likely. It's just nice to have played against someone who's getting just as much screwed of the, you know, the deck shuffler as much as I do. They almost always usually have it, so it's nice to see. Alright, so we have a Valki. We could see their hand, but I think we need to keep taxing them, and we need to get one more land. I'd like to play Tibalt. I think Tibalt's the play here. Oh wow, they neutralize. Okay, so we drew out a counterspell, so that's not bad. That's not terrible. They are taxed again on the ECD. It doesn't matter. They've got literally mana for days. All right, they Tibalt, but we have a Murderous Rider. We also have a Tibalt of our own. And they drew 2 lands off the top. That feels good. They played my land, I think, out of spite. All right, let's go with the... Let's go with the Yorion. Or the Apparition. Probably Yorion. Yorion's fine. Make it a 5/6. No need to blink the casket. No targets for that. Mythos and Nethroi for sure. Well, we're gonna go ahead and Murderous Rider your Tibalt.
You know what?
And that's all we can do, right? Yep. I think it's gonna be the end of my turn. So we're up against an opponent who's top decking at the moment, and we just need 1 land. Okay, that'll work too. That'll get us to where we need to go. My allergies are crazy. All right, we'll get that down into play, and we can Bonecrusher Giant their face on the end step of their turn. They're gonna scry here. If we see any of these cards go to the top, we know they got it. Two to the top. All right, they definitely got it. Oh boy. Good shot that our opponent has 2 ultimatums here. So we probably should not give him an all runs epiphany if that's gonna be an option. Can we come back from this? That's the big question. Can we come back? Wow, okay. So I was so shocked that I actually forgot to Bonecrusher their face. That's not good. I feel like that's a counter spell. Is that a counter spell maybe? All right, there was no response there on that. Let's stomp their face. All right, so there is something being held up here, so maybe it's a negate. Could be a negate. I just really did not want to throw my Tibalt into a counterspell there. The fact that they put 2 on top there and they didn't play an ultimatum really confuses me. All right, it's another Tibalt. We have another way to deal with that. Maybe we're playing a little too reactive, but you know, we can't really take chances here, unfortunately. They grabbed my own Murderous Rider. That's actually really good. I didn't expect them to do that. What, they throw it down on the Bonecrusher. That's actually gold for us. They have no idea we have a Tibalt in hand. That's awesome. Okay. And we have a Bonecrusher on the top. Let's freaking go. Let's go here. 2, 4, 6. So we're still 1 short of our Tibalt again, but they are holding a negate. I swear they're holding a negate. They have something at instant speed here. What do we do here to combat this? Do we go in their hand with the Valki? I don't know. I think maybe we just go here. That way they can't attack with the Murderous Rider. No life gain for them, and then we can hold up our own Murderous Rider in case they throw down another Tibalt. This is quite the game. Quite the first game here. All right, eliminate, take 2 to the face. I think we do the Murderous Rider here. I just don't want them gaining life. We've got them down to 10, which is kind of a big deal. And I think we've ate through, you know, all their Tibalts. That's 2 of their Tibalts already, and they're definitely looking for an ultimatum at this point. So I don't think we're gonna see another Tibalt. I'm gonna go ahead and bank on that fact. Alright, it was a counterspell. It was saw it coming. Which makes me feel a lot better about playing my Valki now. It's something instant speed, which really scares me. Wow, it's another saw it coming. Great. Great. 3 reds, 2 blacks, 2 whites, so black. Okay, that's fine. Wow, that really bums me out. And they're gonna use my Murderous Rider to get back into this game. They drew something at instant speed again. Great. It's migration path cycling. Great. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. And another instant speed card. At least if it's instant speed, we know it's not the ultimatum, so. Let's see. I guess we want to save our creatures, huh? For ECDs. Oops, that's a creature. There we go. And it's a land. What else would it have been? You know what I'm saying? Had to be a land. All right. Let's go for it again. Actually, Valki's probably the one thing we really want to keep, right? Guess that's good. Man, my allergies killing me. Another land, unreal. Okay, pass turn. We could do this again, but then we're gonna be eating up all of our ECD potential here, which I think is fine. We really gotta find something useful. Another Tibalt would be nice. A Tibalt would help us win the game. They're scrying. Let's hope we don't see to the top. I'm guessing we will at this point in the game. They have to find it sooner or later. It's one to the bottom. Wow, okay. Passing to me. Let's go ahead and do this again. I think it's the right call. I think it's the right call. All right, we get to go into their hand. That's nice. Showdown of the Skalds off the top. Feels good. And we can play another Showdown here. That's pretty good. I think I'll play it next turn now. All right, hold up my ability to kill their Tibalt if they drop one. Feels all right. Outlaws Merriment. Beautiful. It's an eliminate. All right, so now we know that we're not going to get countered here. So I'll happily throw this in. Get that into play. And let's see what we hit here. Absolutely nothing. Straight hot garbage. All right, cool. Hot garbage. Go one to the face. And I think we're going to start taking over the game here. That's the goal, at least. Eat up the opponent's graveyard here. That feels pretty good. No trickery from the graveyard later. Throw this down, and we'll go again. Let's go for their hand again. Give her a little 1-2, make it a 2-3. Oh, make it a 3-4, actually. Throws down a negate. That's fine. That's A-okay. I do feel like if they had the ultimatum at any point in this game, we would have lost. We didn't find the things that we needed, but still pretty happy with the outcome so far of this game. And it's not over yet. They could definitely top deck this ultimatum. All right, we found ourselves another Tibalt. Thank goodness we can get to work now. We can get to work now. Ultimatum. Oh, let me see if I ripped it off the top. I want to see if I can get their ultimatum off the top of their deck. That would have been such insult to injury there. GG's. What a game. Wow, what a long first game that was. Hopefully the other ones aren't as long, but that felt good. We play tested this deck a little bit, and it played really well. So I think we're 3-1 total with this deck. So it feels really nice. This is some really good land here that we have. Got some good land. We got a Cling to Dust if it's rogues, but I doubt it. There's no Luris companion. But I've seen rogues before without the companion, so I'm happy we go first too. That's nice. Mono white. Okay. Mono red. I suppose we could actually do this. If we're up against red, Valki's probably a good play. Oh, it's Tibalt's Trickery. Who knew? Who knew? Man, my phone's been blowing up all day. right. Ironcrag feed into what though? We just basically took their only play. We took their only play. That's what you get. Man, you know what? I never really feel too bad by doing horrible things to Tibalt's Trickery players. They're willing to go into a game and flip a coin for a win, then you know what? I don't feel so bad. They really drew it. They really drew it. Wow, they really drew it. At least they gave me at least till turn 3. Nice. They don't draw anything good. It's a good card, obviously. It's a mythic 7 drop, but it's, as far as like how bad that could have been, I'm okay with this. All right, and then we'll drop this in for red. Can't believe they really top decked the Trickery there. Crazy. All right, we got the Merriment down though, so the Merriment's about to go off and hopefully do some work for us. Another Orrery, okay, but you only get one because they're legendary, so fair enough. Got the lifelink going, and we'll just go with the Triome, get in there for 4. Not much they can do. They had a rough start here. Us stealing their Valki feels pretty nice because they weren't able to Ironcrag feet into it. But they would have needed to find a black source anyways, which they haven't done yet. That puts us at what? 4, 5, 6 mana? So not quite enough yet for the... Not quite enough for the Tibalt. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and kill that. Now they're 1 mana short. Even though they have an Orrery out here, so it's not like that matters to them. And then we have a stomp to the face as well here. And then I think the Tibalt will be the nail in the coffin. Goldspan Dragon. Very nice. They're probably going to use it to block with, though, I'm assuming. Yeah, they're going to go and block with it. That's fine. 2 to the face, which leaves them at 4, which means that's lethal because whatever we draw here off the Outlaws Merriment is good enough. That's good enough for the dub, and we also get their Goldspan Dragon, so that should really make them scoop, I would think. No, not yet. They want to see it go through. Alrighty. GG's. That felt good. I'm glad we beat Tibalt's Trickery. Glad we beat it. I don't mean to be so salty to the Tibalt Trickery players. I'm not a fan. I gotta be honest, I'm not a fan. Kind of like Rogues. I respect Rogues. I don't really like playing it anymore. Alright, so we've got a really solid hand here. About as good as I can get. So I'm gonna definitely keep this. We go first too, or did I read that wrong? I think I read that wrong. Oh no, we do go first. Let's go. Let's freaking go. What a starting hand here. Hope we're up against mono white. Nope, not against mono white. Oh, they liked what they saw there. Scribe to the top. Hold up the Bonecrusher Giant here. Feels good. We can decide next turn if we want to play the Apparition or go for the Nightmare. We have options. Options are good. Soul Tie. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into that hand and see what we're up against, huh? I don't see a Yorion, so I don't think it's an ultimatum deck, is it? Okay. That was weird. I don't know, guys. I'm just as confused as you. I guess they really didn't want me to see what was in their hand there. They must have had some really good stuff. GG. Wow, we went from 16-minute games to 1-minute games. I like it. Whatever gets us to platinum quicker, I guess. This is definitely a really good deck to go to platinum with, though. I can already tell. So if you guys want to run this deck, you should have a good chance of getting up to platinum pretty fast. I like this hand as long as we draw land. Will we draw land? I don't know. But I like the Skalds, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if we have time to get it though. That's a better hand. Much, much better hand. Okay. Whew. Whew. Close one. I had a feeling that we're playing against mono red based on the avatar, based on no companion. Probably up against mono red. Okay. Or maybe mono green. Or gruel. Okay, either way, this is a much better hand altogether. Let's go with white. And I guess an empty casket seems good. We can always get the Bonecrusher with... let's just take the one for now. We might find better targets. Don't want to be too hasty with our removal, especially against a 1/1. We can obviously, we want that off the battlefield because of Love Struck, but we're so far away from that being an actual threat right now that we could just wait here a little bit. Let's sort it out. Scried one to the top. So it's probably going to be Teamer, I'm guessing. Let's go black and buy Yorion. Hopefully drawing a land here would be nice so we can get out the Merriment and then follow it up with the Skalds. That seems pretty good. Should see some red mana hit the board here. Yep, there it is. The reason I know that is because we never see Love Struck Beast without red unless it's mono green. And we saw the blue, so had to be Teamer. I've never heard of a Simic deck running Love Struck Beast, so that's how I kind of came to that conclusion. Let's see if they run the Ultimatum. No, Genesis Ultimatum. It's funny how amazing Genesis Ultimatum actually is, and like how it was like meta breaking last set. But with this new set, if it's not Emergent Ultimatum, I'm really not that scared of it. Like we're able to come back from it. That Emergent Ultimatum, you're just not able to come back from it, which is really crazy. You're dead. So we were able to take care of the 1/1 in a much better way. So I'm glad we waited on that. Bonecrusher Giant. Okay. You're afraid of my 1/2? Wasn't really going to do much, I don't think, but to each their own. Land. Let's go. We got a land. Got a couple lands. And end turn. They see that we have a giant killer now, and they see we have a Murderous Rider, so they're going to be hesitant to play anything here, which I don't blame them. We're going to start wiping some things off the battlefield here. Genesis Ultimatum. Here it is. Let's see what they hit. See what they hit. That was actually a really good hit. Shoot. That was a really good hit. So our ECD does nothing. Ooh, that was also a really good hit. Odd, 6/7 odd, even. Okay, so not all of them, unfortunately. Let's go black, and we gotta kill this first, I think, right? It's got trample. It does all the nasty things that doesn't allow us to play our ECD. This has lifelink, which is nice. We could chump to 8/8. And I suppose we should probably use this. Yeah, I don't want to lose the card, so let's just go ahead and play this. We take 2. It is what it is. We'll gain 2 off of the lifelink here when we chump block. Extinction Event looking so good here though, because all we're going to be doing is producing little tokens, which essentially are evens, and then all they're going to be doing is producing most likely adventure creatures, and almost all adventure creatures are odd. That's also odd. They're really going for the neck here though. All right, they do swing. They give me the opportunity to gain 2 life here. That was a mistake on their part. More lifelink, that's good. Let's go for odd. All of those are gone, and if we had just 1 more mana, I'd feel a lot better, so we can get this giant killer going. I think we just play this giant killer. Give ourselves 4 extra life here. Yeah, that feels pretty good. I can't lie. Merriment for the dub right now. Merriment for the W right now. Merriment is absolutely carrying this deck. All right, they go ahead and get rid of the lifelinker. I don't blame them. Which means they don't have another ultimatum right now, which is good. Giant Killer can tap things down, which is awesome. Oh, they do have another ultimatum, or maybe they just top decked it. Ouch! And it's an Ugin. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. How do we come back from this? How do we come back from this? Here comes the big minus. Wow. No minus? Ooh, they shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have done that. That's a chump blocker right there. That's a freaking chump blocker right there. And Ugin's gone. That was a huge mistake. They should have -4 big time. They just gave me a chump blocker, baby. That's awesome. They said good game. They might have another ultimatum here. Or another Ugin. Both would be pretty bad. Let's see what their good game was all about here. It's the Fury! Okay. They got us with the Fury. Wow. GG. Man, they got us with the Fury. I thought we had him there for a minute. I really did. I thought we were about to pull ahead there. If we had another way to deal with that giant before they were able to throw it at our face, but felt pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that loss. I don't think we got beat that badly. Let's see. We got a really good mana here. We got really good mana here, but we got some really high costed things, and we're going second. So could be in trouble here with this hand. I can't lie. This could be death, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. If this is a fast deck, we're in for trouble. Looks like maybe another ultimatum deck. Could be the same deck we just played. Okay, or Rakdos. Unfortunately, nothing for them. All right, and then we get him with the Elspeth's Nightmare next turn. Elspeth's Nightmare, and then we get into their hand. This is going to be all about Rakdos Sacrifice, I'm sure. Yeah, there's the Sacrificial Village Rites. They didn't even go in for 2 damage, though. That seems like that was probably a mistake. All right, they take my Valki, but I get it right back, so it's all good. Again, I don't think that was the smartest play. Not the smartest, but I'll take it. I mean, a dub's a dub, so even if it's on our opponent's misplays. I can't talk though, man. You guys know me. We call it the Swayze special when I misplay. It's like it's the norm around here. You know what I'm saying? All right, we need to throw down a white source next so we can get the Merriment going, and then we're gonna be in really good shape. I don't think Rakdos has a way to deal with the Merriment, so hopefully we'll be in a good spot once that resolves. A Chrome War gone, and all they have is lands. That feels pretty good. That feels pretty good, and we get to exile their graveyard, which would be a lot better if we can get that Woe Strider in there, but unfortunately we can't. But we can ECD it next turn, which is great. All right, they scry to the... Wow, insta-scry to the bottom. Okay. Yeah, our opponent's in a bad position here. They're pretty much cornered at the moment. We get a 3/1. That's really good. Has trample as well, so it runs right over that goat if they want to chump block. Exile their graveyard. Again, that would be so good if it was like with some Croxes and stuff in there, but they really got flooded though, our opponent. I feel a little bad. They definitely got flooded. We might even be able to resolve a Tibalt this game, which feels really good. But man, oh man, Merriment is absolutely MVP. These last, like this whole setup has been absolutely all about the Merriment. All right, we got to exile that, which just feels amazing because it can't come back now. And it's a Kroxa. What's great about the Kroxa though is that it discards a card and I actually get one back with the Elspeth. Wow, it's another 3/3. That's really good. Get in there for 6 and say go. Next turn, the Tibalt can come down, right? 4, 5, 6, 7. That's correct. All right, there goes their graveyard. Their graveyard's gonna be popping off now. They ate their Kroxa? They are just flying right now as far as their decisions are going. They're not even looking. They're just clicking next. Let's see what we hit off the top of their deck here. And they don't want us to see. I understand. All right, GG's. On to the next one. I think we got time for another one. We are cruising. All right, if you're seeing this, is because this game went by a little quick because we don't have a whole lot of time left, so hopefully we can squeeze in one more game here, a decent one. Let's see what we got. After this video is over, I am for sure going to be riding this deck all the way to Platinum really quick. I feel like we can get there in no time with this deck, so that's the plan. I'm keeping this. Opponent has no companion again, which tells me it's probably going to be aggro. If you don't see a companion, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be aggro, so that's where we are. Let's go white. We're going to need to drop this casket on that right there because that can boast and create more 1/1s, which is definitely a problem for us. Hollowed Blade, even bigger problem for us. Let's throw this down for black. Hollowed Blade will definitely be our casket target at the moment. We're a turn behind here on our plays. If we had gone first, we'd be able to get these both in caskets on curve without taking damage. But now we're taking 4, all because we're going second. That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Okay. Do they boast? They do. They boast. All right. Let's go red here. Yeah, let's go red here. Got to be really careful about how we choose our mana, especially when all we have are double-faced mana cards in our hand. Got to be really particular on how we put those down. This will come down for white. This will be a black source, and we'll be good to go. Because now we can get Merriment down, which is awesome. All right, they bring in a Faceless Haven. They didn't realize that this is not a snowland. I've been there before. I've done that before. they're reading their cards right now like, what the hell just happened? Yep, you went ahead and thought you could do it because you had 3 mana out there, but unfortunately the takedown is not a snowland, so you had to tap your own Faceless Haven there. If they find a snow plains here though, they can definitely do that play, which is not good for us. That Faceless Haven could definitely do some serious damage. Oh man, that was yeah, that was an embarrassing moment for myself as well. I did that one time. I threw out that Faceless Haven in the exact same manner and came out tapped, and I was like, what is going on? Cost myself the game. All right, hopefully we get the 1/2 so I can kill their 1/1 and then as well as a use it as a chump blocker. It's a 3/1 though. Still good. Nothing to be too upset about. Let's throw this down for a black source. Get this into play. And then we'll buy Yorion here. I suppose we can go Valki and try to steal one of their creatures. That could be good. They might have some really good stuff in there. We're really starting to set up our board here, which is nice. We don't have anything that we're worried about the Giant Killer hitting. So let's just go ahead and steal their Alseid here. Might as well become the Alseid now. I think it's better than a Valki. I'd rather have a 2 or a 1/1 lifelinker that also protects my things than a 2/1 that does nothing. So that's the goal. We're gonna pass the turn here. We'll hold an upkeep here. We're gonna scry, see what we can hit. If it's land, we'll go ahead and hit it again on the upkeep. They're gonna attack with the Faceless Haven, even though I have a 3/1 out there that can kill it. So I'm sure they're gonna sack their Alseid here to give it protection, but they should do it now so they can get the damage through. But instead they let me declare blockers first. I'm gonna take the 2 because again, Alseid's gonna sack itself here. It just doesn't, that's just not how you do it though. Yeah, that's not how you do it because unfortunately, I mean, they kill my 3/1, which is, I think in their head is what they want, but I'm just gonna get another chump blocker next turn and eventually I'll find another 3/1. They should have just tried to get that 4 damage through. That would have been a lot more painful for me to deal with. All right, don't want the land. Giant Killer's great. It can kill the Faceless Haven, so we'll take it. We get another 3/1. Let's go. Main phase. Let's go ahead and throw the red source in. If we buy this, we can still play the Giant. Yes, okay. That's the play. No attacks. End turn. Giant Killer on the Faceless Haven, and we're sitting pretty, baby. We're sitting pretty. They have no more protection either. Their Alseid is gone, and I have their other one, so. What you gonna do, brother? Faceless Haven? Saw that coming. Saw that coming. Are you going to attack? You're gonna tap that down? Fair enough. Well played, sir. Unfortunately, I have a Giant Killer. They have something at instant speed, it looks like, or maybe they just were able to tap the mana there. I'm not sure. No blocks. We'll take the 1. Eventually, we're going to hit the creature that does the 1 damage, the 1/2. Oh, they scoop it up. Unfortunate. I wanted to see if we could hit that 1/2, kill the 1/1, and then really take over the board, but that felt really good. I really enjoyed this deck a lot. This actually might be one of my new favorites. GG. And that's the video, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed this one. I had a blast just because we're playing my absolute favorite deck. MARDU is by far my favorite, so I really enjoyed playing this one. It was more casual for me, and I'm enjoying it a lot. So I hope you found some value in this. I hope this deck seems to you to work, and I hope you guys get the chance to play this and do well with it. If you did, let me know in the comments below what you thought about it. If you have any ideas on how to make it better, I'm all ears as well. I'm always listening to your guys' comments. If you guys have some cool ideas, please do share. Don't be afraid to tell me. It only helps if you comment down below. It helps the algorithm. As well as viewing as far as you have. If you hear the sound of my voice, you're helping the video so much, and I do appreciate you as well, you know, just for all the support you give. Watching a video all the way through, especially lengthy ones like these, takes a lot of commitment, and so thank you so much. It means a lot, and I do appreciate it. So that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. I personally don't have any tips on how to make this deck better. It played really well. We lost 1 game, that's fine, it's gonna happen, but I like where it's at. I'm going to continue playing it. We're going to run this up to platinum. I think we might even play this, you know, today is Wednesday when this comes out. We're probably going to play this on today's stream, so be sure to come by and say hi. We're going to be on stream probably around 6 p.m. and you know, we're going to be having some fun with this deck. So hope to see you all there, and that's going to wrap it up for today's video. I hope to see you guys on the next one. Till then, peace.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Fizzy, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. With the upload, man, man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, the meta.